Welcome everybody, my name is Michael and today we're discussing about another fraudster, this time for a $6 million scam. He has been convicted and is facing 30 years in prison. He has been convicted on 4 counts of wire fraud, 3 counts of money laundering, and he is scheduled for sentencing starting on October 27th before a federal district judge. So his lawyer stated that Mr. Crater, the defendant in this case and also the convict, well, he did nothing wrong. Failing to launch a successful startup, particularly in the volatile world of cryptocurrency, the evidence will show is not a crime. However, the prosecuting U.S. attorney argued something a little differently. Mr. Crater saw the burgeoning popularity of cryptocurrency as a chance to get rich quick through an unscrupulous fraud scheme cloaked by flashy marketing tactics and outright lies. Now, what's interesting about this scam is My Big Coin, which sounds like a scam in itself, launched a couple of years back between 2014 and 2017. This was a while back. He defrauded about 40 victims of over $6 million. Adjust that for inflation, and hey, pretty soon we're going to be at $7 million. So, Mr. Randall Crater is facing some serious jail time for something that wasn't even on the blockchain. That's right. He claimed that My Big Coin was backed by a $300 million pile of gold, oil, and other physical assets. And now those who are well versed in the crypto community would argue that this is the method that Tether is using. We don't really know what's behind the doors at Tether headquarters. Maybe they have a whole bunch of baloney, and that's it. So the $300 million was non-existent. The blockchain was non-existent. All claims that My Big Coin had were false. And Mr. Crater decided to invest the funds that he received from his investors for his personal purposes. So hundreds of thousands of dollars going to antiques, jewelry, and artworks, which, to be quite honest, when it's listed like that, doesn't seem that bad. Maybe some of them were actually investments. Better than Lambos and Rolexes. The U.S. Commodities, Futures, and Trading Commission, the CFTC, initially filed a commodity charge for fraud back in 2018, and that was the first case that a U.S. court ruled that cryptocurrency could technically be considered as a commodity. At the time, the CFTC also filed charges against any associates of Mr. Crater, including the CEO, Mr. John Roche, and 2 of his employees. So, after the CFTC initially sued him, federal prosecutors also went after him, and he was caught in 2009. In 2019, the Department of Justice worked with the CFTC, the FBI, and USPIS to catch him. He's been behind bars ever since, awaiting sentencing. He's been convicted, and now, say goodbye to the rest of your life. But we're seeing a lot of these low-hanging fruit, again, 5 million, 6 million, $1 million being arrested, and I'm sure that's good news in some regards because they're taking scammers off the streets. However, the really big fish, the ones who are dealing with hundreds of millions of dollars, are still out there, and this is absolutely nothing. You're going to send a couple con men to the local corrections office, and that's it. So you need more multi-millionaires and billion-dollar institutions that are really damaging crypto to have those founders arrested and the executives and whoever else is involved and is mighty high up there in the position on the totem pole, making a lot of money from, unfortunately, scamming investors. Now, a lot of these multi-billion-dollar corporations just hide it a lot better. And in some cases, maybe it's so corrupt that no one's going to charge them because there's judges and cops on the payroll. Anyways, pretty interesting. Pretty interesting indeed. My Big Coin. I'm always curious, who are these investors? It's not a large amount. 40 people. Maybe it was friends and family. Maybe it was promoting it online. But this was back in 2014, 15, 16. Not that many people back then knew about Bitcoin, and especially altcoins, unless you were in the crypto space. And then I'm sure scams were just as rampant as they are now. But it's interesting. I mean, to just let go of $6 million across 40 people, what is that? Jeez, man, this is crazy. An average of $150,000 per person. Wow. Anyways, that's it.
Thanks for watching today's video, guys. So I appreciate every single one of you. Have a great one. Bye.